In this video, we're talking about the pros and cons of living in Austin, Texas. And make sure you stick around till the end. I'm going to share a secret that most people don't even know about Austin. In this channel, I do videos every week about what it's like to work, live, eat, sleep, play, breathe, live and love your life in Austin, Texas. So if that is the information that you're looking for, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ding that little bell. You want to make sure you don't miss any videos that we have coming out. Every day, I get calls from people all over the world who are moving to Austin or the Central Texas area like Round Rock, Cedar Park, Leander, even San Antonio, and I absolutely love it. It puts a big old smile on my face. If you're thinking about moving to Austin, send me an email, shoot me a text, slide into my DMs, or send up smoke signals, however you want to get in touch with me. I've got your back when you're moving to Austin. So let's start with the cons. The first con is the traffic. Traffic in Austin is bad. Austin is a little city that didn't want to get big, but it did get big. In fact, Austin's population just crossed 1 million people. We're the 11th city in the country to do that. So Austin is a pretty big town. Unfortunately, our roads haven't really been set up to keep up with that population. So if you're going from North Austin to South or South to North, there's going to be some traffic jams. You're going to be sitting and waiting for a while. Or you could just time your trips around the traffic. So rush hour is going to be crazy, but if you're going north to south or south to north around noon or even at like 10 p.m., you should be pretty good. Some other ways that we're working on fixing this are expanding our light rail system. So we've got a baby little light rail, and we've got a pretty robust bus system in the city of Austin, but if you're living outside or in those suburbs, there's not really a good way to get around. So traffic in Austin, number one con. Con number 2 about living in Austin is the heat. Oh my God, the heat in Austin. It is so hot. Austin is a humid subtropical environment, so we have long, hot summers and pretty short and mild winters, but the summers are hot. Like last year, we had 88 days of temperatures over 100 degrees. That's for July, August, and pretty well into September. Every year I think, oh, it's gonna start cooling down, the summer's gonna start getting nice, we can go outside again. No, it's like 6 more weeks of summer. I think we actually need like a summer Groundhog Day instead of having it in February. Austin needs it in like August. It is hot, but it's not hot all the time here. I mentioned we have short, mild winters. We actually do get some snow in Austin. January is our snowiest month, and we got a whopping 0.2 inches of snow in January. So watch out, bring your parkas, it's gonna snow here. The third con about Austin is the lines. It's not a trip to Austin if you don't wait in line somewhere, and I mean waiting in line to order a burger or a pizza or a beer or pretty much do anything. So instead of walking up to a bar and just placing your order as you catch the bartender's eye, there are literally signs above the bar that say like, line forms here for beer or line forms here for burgers. So get used to waiting in line. That's how we do everything in Austin. I don't know who decided this. I hate it. I don't think we need lines to do anything, but hey, that is the way it is, so get used to waiting in line. All right, our last con for Austin is the housing market. This is also a pro, so we're gonna touch on it in a minute, but there's a big con. So the housing market in Austin is crazy. Our cost of living expenses are 60% higher than the national average, which in and of itself brings the cost of living in Austin up to 20% higher than the national average. So it's kind of getting to the point where all the cool folks who used to be able to keep Austin weird, like musicians and artists and the people who cook your food and our teachers, those folks who are in the city making it cool, they can't really afford to live here anymore. So they're having to move a little bit out to the suburbs, and it's harder for them to get back and forth and really to do what it is they do. If you are buying a house in Austin, you have to act fast. Austin is in a seller's market right now, so if you find a home that you love, you're probably gonna be competing with a couple other people to win that house, and you're likely gonna have to pay above the asking price for it. Okay, so we talked about the cons, done with that. Now let's talk about the pros and what makes it so awesome to live in Austin. Pro number 1 is that there's so many ways to have fun in Austin. If you like being outside, we've got trails for running, hiking, walking, mountain biking. The Colorado River runs through the city and it's dammed off, so we've got a bunch of different lakes, and you can go canoeing and stand-up paddling and even fishing. Austin loves being outside, so many restaurants have awesome patios, really good margaritas, refreshing beers. Austin's definitely a town where you can have so much fun outside. And if you're more of an inside person, we have so many awesome movie theaters where you can get like really good food and delicious cocktails and see some independent films and old films and stuff that they're not just showing at any movie theater. So it's kind of like you might have analysis paralysis trying to figure out what to do here, which is a good thing because there's just so much awesome stuff to do where you can have fun here. The second pro about living in Austin is that Austin supports independent business. So those businesses really tend to thrive here, and there's just a community surrounding them and supporting them. So everything from like restaurants to sewing stores to bakeries to services, all that good stuff. It's the little folks who are just doing it by bootstrapping it or getting a few investors together and creating something from the heart. Those are the businesses that do really well in Austin. So yeah, we've got Walmart and we've got Carrabba's and all the big names, but it's the little ones that really have heart and soul and people who have roots in the community that folks in Austin really love to get around and to support. So if you are thinking about starting a small business, Austin is definitely a place to consider. The third pro about living in Austin is the live music. Austin's a live music capital of the world. I'm sure you've heard that before. If not, you heard it first here. You could really go see a show every single night in Austin. Austin just supports artists and musicians so much that when the musicians come, they love our audiences, they love performing for us, and so everyone keeps coming back, and that's why we have this huge music selection to go see anyone that you could possibly think of, anyone that you've ever heard of, they're coming to Austin. The fourth pro about living in Austin is the craft beer scene. So Texas was a little bit slow to start and to grow the craft beer industry, but in the past few years, Austin has just been exploding with the breweries that are here. So we have over 60 breweries in the area. You could literally go to a new one every weekend and still not get them all done in a year. And by the time the year's up, there's gonna be like 70 breweries in Austin. So there's just such an awesome variety of the different types of beer and different types of breweries that we have here. Everything from huge producers to really small, tiny breweries that only serve beer in their tap room to their neighborhood. Lots of them have food trucks, they do adopt a pet and craft markets and things like that. The craft breweries in Austin are just so ingrained in our community. They're really part of what's keeping Austin together and keeping it weird. It's just really cool to see this section of the economy come together and grow Austin. The fifth pro about living in Austin is the Austin housing market. So I know I said that was a con, it's also a pro, hear me out. Once you buy a home in Austin, you are set. Your value keeps appreciating and going up, your mortgage payments stay the same, and when you are ready to sell, you just have these offers in your lap and you just pick the best one that works for you. Austin's a huge seller's market. It has been for a while. It's going to keep being a seller's market. It's just a great idea to invest in Austin real estate right now. Now I'm going to share a secret with you about Austin that most people don't know, that I didn't even know until a few years after we moved here. Austin loves Willie Nelson. So Willie played a show here in 1972, and a lot of people say that was the day that the Austin music scene changed forever. A few years after that, he did a pilot TV show where he played live music on TV, and that turned into the longest running music show in American history called Austin City Limits. If you haven't seen it, just search it on YouTube. It's such a cool show and it's such an awesome part of the Austin community and the history of Austin music. Austin loves Willie so much that outside of the Moody Theater at the Austin City Limits, there's a 1-ton, 8-foot tall bronze statue of Willie. It's on Willie Nelson Boulevard, and it was unveiled on 4/20/2013. If you know anything about Willie Nelson, then you know why that date is significant. And on Willie's birthday, which is April 29th, our local radio station plays all Willie, 24 hours, the entire day. Austin loves Willie Nelson. Today we talked about the pros and cons of living in Austin, Texas. But if Austin isn't your jam and you want to look somewhere outside the city to do the things that you love to do and that you're passionate about, that's what we're here for, finding the right neighborhood for you so you're not sitting in traffic for hours when you could be playing guitar on your porch or going for a run with your friends or hanging out at your favorite neighborhood brewery. But we can only do that if you reach out to us. So give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, slide into my DMs, or send up smoke signals. However you want to get in touch with me, I've got your back. We're going to get you in the right home so you can start loving your Austin life or your outside of Austin life. You're gonna start seeing a bunch of videos pop up. Go ahead and click on those so you can find out what it's like to live, work, eat, sleep, breathe, play, live, and love your life in Austin, Texas.